Oh, okay. How are you? How are you enduring the heat?
I'm quite enjoying it, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recently ascended, and that has made it much more bearable.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess the weather would be more manageable if you've not got all that pesky skin and nerves to worry about. The sweat glands.
Exactly. None of that to worry about. I am now just vapor. Drift around. I be part of the humidity.
I mean, there sure is a lot of the humidity around right now, so I guess that makes it easier to be a liquid.
No more humid titty. Now I'm the humidity. Greetings, strangers, queer and pleasant. I am the entity formerly known as Jane Aerith Magnet Dale. Who are you?
Laura Kate Magnet Dale. We usually say which ones we aren't. You said which one you were.
In Weird Backwards World.
We are in Weird Backwards World. It's Queer and Pleasant Strangers. We do skits and silly voices, and we're on day 2 of a very bad UK heatwave.
It's too hot.
It was too bad last night that I kept forgetting heterosexuals existed.
I mean,
and
we'd all like to forget.
There were 2 characters in a video game. They were dating, they were romantic partners, and I kept referring to them as siblings because heterosexual never heard of them.
And they were roommates.
Yeah.
I'm joking. They were roommates. It's about time. This is our revenge, finally. This is the queer agenda.
It's warm.
It is, so apologies to anyone for the audio, this episode.
You may well be able to hear a fan, and if that is the case, tough luck. There's no way we're turning the fans off. We have 2 industrial wind machines going at the same time.
One of them has a bottle of frozen water in front of it.
It does.
In the hope of acting kind of like a swamp heater.
Yeah.
I have periodically been slathering myself in aloe vera gel and just enjoying the 5 or so minutes of really nice, genuine coldness.
Get in the cold bath, get in the cold water, and just be cold for a sec.
Skyen recommended earlier just a wet towel over you, and then the fan pointed at you. That did me all right for a while, but the towels kept dry.
So yeah,
didn't stop drying.
So this might be a shorter episode than usual, and the audio may be a little, we're in a wind tunnel. But we're doing one. We're doing it.
We do it, because we love you.
What have you played this week, Jane?
I have played Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga.
How are you doing on the bell curve of feelings about a Lego game?
I haven't touched any of the levels.
Okay.
In a week.
Is that a good thing?
I am finding that to be a good thing. I have enjoyed not being in the levels. I've enjoyed going around and pottering around and collecting all the things. I have about 5/6 of the thing.
Okay.
So I am nearly there.
You're getting near the end of the thing, and you're not hating it yet.
I mean, I haven't gone back into the levels much. I played a few right near the beginning, but maybe I think the problem there was the fact that I had just been forced through them.
Yeah.
Now I'm just sort of going around gathering up the thing. I've realised in an example about how awful being a billionaire is.
Right.
I earned, basically while I was unlocking all of the stud multiplier things, I got to 1.5 billion studs and thought, I don't need any more than that, I'm going to turn them all off.
Right.
Until I'm doing levels again, and then I'll need them to get True Jedi quickly.
Yeah.
Right? Since then, I have got to a point where I've done most of the exploring, most of the stuff I can find on my own. And now I'm just going and trying to use the side missions, trying to trigger those or find those through the menu rather than just going around in the world.
Yeah.
Some cases, I've already got the rumour in order to activate some of those things, but in some cases I haven't, and I've just been buying the rumours.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, there are missions to go and do that, so it's not like... It's more about finding a quest giver,
Yeah.
or finding the thing that points you towards a quest giver, more than a lot of the other stuff. Because part of the problem was that I couldn't go and, finish a world,
Okay.
because some of the quests just weren't yet available. I had to have been somewhere else, spoken to someone, triggered a thing, or earned a particular character on a different world in order to do it. So that was annoying. I couldn't just go, I've 100%ed that place, I will move on to the next place. And even then, a lot of the quests will be, I need you to smuggle this to a different planet, or I need you to go to this planet and get me these things, or kill these droids, or something. So there is a lot of backing and forthing across the galaxy. I dread to think what my air miles are at this point. But yeah, I think this week I have been enjoying it more. I am seeing almost exclusively 1 and 2% of other players have got these quests or achievements at this point. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I guess I will have to go back into the levels at some point and get all the rest of that crap. But right now, I've been just enjoying other stuff, even if it is in some cases quite repetitive. Some of the puzzles have been a bit creative. Yeah, there's been a few interesting features, enough to keep me going on it.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you played?
I'll start with the thing that I've been continuing to play from previous weeks. I'm really near the end of the Quarry. I've been playing it through on stream, letting chat make all the choices. There's not officially a mode for that, but it's sort of able to be done because you can extend all the timers to be long enough to get around Twitch delay, but also you can pause at any time and it pauses all timers, and there's nothing that you can't pause during, which is nice and helpful. But yeah, I'm getting toward the end of that supermassive choose-your-own-adventure horror game, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yay.
I really like the world building they've done with their specific take on the horror monster that is the center of this one. I don't think it's a spoiler to say it's werewolves. There's a full moon, werewolf stuff happens. But they take some really interesting directions with how werewolves work in their universe. There's a lot of stuff that you look back on and go, oh, that led to that, and that's what was going on there. There's a lot of things that fall into place very satisfyingly, and all of the characters are really good. Even if I don't like them as people, I find them fascinating as characters. Even the ones I hate, I feel are layered, nuanced, fun, interesting kind of hate. I am mainly I'm curious how many people are going to survive to the end now. One thing I think I talked about when I talked about this game before, but I want to really reiterate, is I like how this separates out surviving and making choices that will keep you alive versus finding hard evidence that means if you survive, can you prove to the police that you are innocent and you did not do all of the fucked up shit that happened at the camp. And I like that distinction, and it has created a very clear understanding of what a certain choice is leading to. And often hard evidence comes after taking a risk that will put your character in a worse position where they might be less likely to survive, but the trade-off is that they're more likely to be able to prove their innocence if they get out. And I like that balancing act. Yeah, this is real good. I'm enjoying it a lot. I wanna replay it at some point, but I'm nearing the end of the first playthrough and very invested. My only problem with it is that it falls into a little bit of some light tropes around traveler communities having associations with evil or associations with magic, and occasionally uses some slurs toward that community. It's not ideal, and there is some context for it, but it's still a thing to brace for, so heads up about that. that comes up a couple times toward the end. What about you? Have you played anything else this week?
Not really, no.
Well, I should talk about the other thing I put some good time into this week. Powerwash Simulator.
Oh yeah, how is that?
I'm really enjoying it. If you've not seen it, it's just come out like the day we're recording this, I think, on Game Pass. You just have a pressure washer, a jet washer, and you get sent out on jobs to go power wash things. You can go through a career mode where you can like buy new kinds of power washers and new kinds of nozzles and new kinds of soaps and like things that'll help you do the job, and you pick which jobs to go do. And generally, things I like. There's no timer. There's no limit on amount of water or soap you have. You're not going to accidentally damage things if you go outside the lines. So, like, let's say you're power washing a stone path near some grass, and you accidentally like go too far to the side to where the grass is. You're not going to like damage the grass and get points docked. It will only let you power wash the things that are power washable. And I like that it breaks things down into smaller chunks, and when you're close enough to perfectly doing that object, it'll just auto-complete, like, 100% it and go, sparkle, flash, you did that thing. So, like, if you got a door to, like, 99.9% completed, it'll just go, it's 100% done. Get rid of the brain gremlins so you know at the end it's perfectly done. It makes it easier as well to identify what you have and haven't cleaned. I like that there is a dedicated button to just highlight anything that is still spots of dirt in glowing orange for a second. So if there's a bit that like you did it with a big nozzle that was wide-ranging but like not particularly strong, and you sort of weakened it and you can't see the dirt necessarily anymore, but it still registers as there, you can go, flash it in orange. What bit do you reckon I haven't done? Which helps to... Again, there's a lot of stuff in this that helps get rid of the brain goblins. My only sort of heads up I would give people about this game that I wasn't expecting going in is right from pretty early on, the career mode levels are not quick to complete. Like, there's one early on that was like 10 minutes long that was just clear off someone's dirt bike, but most of them are like, right from the start of the game it jumps in with, here's a whole fucking house and gazebo and garden and, like, a swing set in the back garden. Go spend, like, 1 to 2 hours doing the cleaning job. Wow. Like, the levels are not short, and I love that, but also don't think of this as a game where you're like, I'll pop in and have 10 minutes of satisfying power washing. No, you commit. You commit to power washing thoroughly. Yeah, it's a fun, interesting time. I'm very curious. It seems like maybe the narrative is about to start going some slightly wacky places. I'm curious about that. I want to play more of it, but yeah, if you want a game in the vein of, like, Lawnmower Simulator, where it's just satisfyingly do the job over time, this is that, but with a lot less, where the fuck is that one tiny bit I missed, or oops, I went slightly outside the line and lost points. Oh. Yeah. You played anything else this week?
No, but there is something we forgot to talk about last week.
What did we forget to talk about last week?
We forgot to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Oh yeah, we did. We played through that in co-op in basically a single sitting. I say basically a single sitting. We stopped to order and eat pizza in the middle because marketing works. Advertising is...
so.
Yeah.
Although... The problem we had is the same problem I had when I was playing solo. Because we paused, my controller disconnected, would not reconnect.
Yeah,
I had to disconnect from the game and you had to invite me back.
Yeah, we were playing online co-op in the same room, just having our own screens, and we ended up having... You had to drop out of playing and then drop in as a local co-op player over on the Xbox.
I mean, I probably could have closed and reopened the app on my computer.
Yeah. I think we tried that. We couldn't work out how to... it couldn't find my game session.
Yeah.
But we worked it out, and we played through it in basically one sitting.
Yeah.
That game's real fun.
Yeah. It's definitely more fun with more people.
Yeah, I'd be very curious to play that with a higher player count. I liked a lot of the silly animations. I thought the last couple of bosses... Well, all the bosses in general were very fun, but those last couple in particular were some very good spectacle. It's real good. Had you completed it before, or is that your first time seeing the end?
No, because the last time I got to the final boss, I got to that shredder.
Yeah.
And my controller disconnected because I'd needed to go away for something. Or I think my batteries might have run out.
Yeah.
And, that was it.
Well, I'm glad that you got to see it through to the end this time. It's good fun. Like, if you want a co-op brawler that you can play through in a single sitting, it's a pretty fun one. I think that's everything I've played this week.
Well then.
Time for this.
Gosh, it's hot, isn't it? Don't worry, we've got some tips to help you out. Oh, us? Don't mind us, we're just opening up new oil and gas sites. Heck, we might even crack out some new fracking tools we've been dying to try out. What's that? We knew about climate change 4 decades ago, but kept on making money instead of taking responsibility. Well, that's just not fair. Every one of us needs to take responsibility. That's why we've printed 8 billion leaflets to send to everyone to teach you all about the importance of recycling, which certainly isn't any kind of distraction from the mountains of plastic we keep supplying the raw ingredients for. Sheks on. We care.
Terms and conditions apply. We accept no responsibility for the damage we may or may not have caused.
Is it very hot?
Uh-huh.
Do you have a fan on?
2, in fact.
Did you recently find a bug on you?
Oh god, yes,
Are you now randomly swiping at your body to remove suspected bugs? Would you like to not do that?
Please.
Try Bug Shield. It will form a shield around you to ward off the bugs and to keep you tickle-free. It also has aircon. Bug Shield. That's the good stuff.
So, what have you put in your melty eyes?
What have we put in our melty eyes? I guess this goes in the watch section. We went to Transpride Brighton. We did. We went and got in a big crowd with about 20,000 people and had a big stompy protest march.
We shouted at the police.
We did shout at the police. We shouted a lot of all the Tories are fascists to the Seven Nation Army tune.
We shouted all cops are bastards.
Yeah.
No less than 10 feet from the cop.
Yeah. We had a good time. Lots and lots of leading big shouts and taking up space and feeling like the majority in a location. I'm glad that the temperature was like 10 degrees lower than it is today. We had a light breeze.
Oh yeah, it was lovely.
It was a manageable, nice summer's day.
It was weird because we had like a lot of big heat last week, and then there'd been a lot of chat in our group of, okay, well, we'll try and do the march, and then maybe we might just go straight back to a friend's house after that. But no, it wasn't as bad as we had feared it might be. Very manageable. We stuck around for a couple of hours after the march.
Yeah.
And then we went back to a friend's house for a bit.
We did. What else did we put in our eyes this week, I guess?
Well, we've started Season 2 of the Owl House.
We have. I don't have a sense of how far into Season 2 we are.
We're doing pretty far.
We're catching up with it. Yeah, Owl House is real good. It continues to be real good. The last couple of episodes have been fucking dramatic.
Yes, they have. Things are escalating, TM.
It sure feels like a show that knows it has a limited number of seasons and is like, okay, let's get a fucking move on with getting some of those big plot beats happening.
Help, we're being Netflixed.
Yeah, my understanding is I think they're getting one more season and or a film, and then they're done.
Wow.
So, yeah, they are ramping up to, we gotta get that plot moving.
No.
Which is always a shame, but I'm glad that they know in advance enough that they can start ramping it up in time.
I hope they get, like, the new projects that are equally fascinating.
Yeah, because, like, the world building in this is great.
Yeah.
Character work's been really good this season.
Yeah. The character design's been really fascinating.
Character motivations have been real good.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. If anyone hasn't watched The Owl House, kid from the human world ends up in a magic world instead of going to summer camp. shenanigans ensue. It's so good. And it's gay. It's good and gay.
It's overtly gay.
It is canonically, in-your-facingly gay. You watched anything else this week?
I don't think I have, you know.
No?
It's been a watch late week. I mean, the time that we would have been doing stuff, we left Friday to go to Trans Pride, and we didn't get back till Sunday evening.
Yeah.
At which point I recorded a podcast.
Indeed. Like, I've watched a lot of, like... I've not watched anything that would require me to have any degree of focus, because I know it's all going to go in one ear and out the other during this heat. I did watch a YouTube video, which is what... I've watched a series of these, but this is the one that I wrote down the title of. A YouTube video called Hearthstone Player Tries to Guess How Good Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards Are, on the on the YouTube channel Raran. R-A-R-R-A-N. Pardon?
I've seen you watch some of these.
Yeah. Basically, people who do not play Yu-Gi-Oh! But play other TCGs try to puzzle out, from card text, whether a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card is good in the competitive metagame, based on what knowledge they can glean about the game, and slowly trying to piece together what does or does not make a good card. It's interesting seeing particular TCGs and how their mechanics sort of influence interpretations of Yu-Gi-Oh! Text. I find the Hearthstone player ones really interesting, because Hearthstone doesn't have a graveyard in the sense that Yu-Gi-Oh! Does. A place that destroyed cards go that could theoretically be accessible, that you could bring things back from. As a digital TCG, cards that are destroyed just no longer exist in the game.
Yeah.
And Yu-Gi-Oh! Has such a heavy reliance in its current metagame on effects that pop when things are sent to the graveyard, or things being, the graveyard being a second place you can grab stuff from.
Yeah.
That, Hearthstone players have so much trouble internalizing sending things to the graveyard as a cost isn't the worst thing in the world. It's real interesting watching how people try and get to the answer of whether a card's good based on their knowledge of other TCGs. And the other thing I've been watching, and I'm not going to spoiler anything here, is I've been keeping my eyes on the ever-evolving situation of massive leaks of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet information, 4 months before that game's release.
I'm surprised there isn't a playable version available on the Steam Deck yet.
I genuinely have occasionally Googled going, has it happened yet? Because I feel like it's gonna fucking happen any day now. It seems very clear that someone in, localization or testing or some internal department at Nintendo or Game Freak has access to a copy of the game that is finished enough to be playable start to finish, has been taking photos and videos and just answering questions online, and it's, their information is being verified by someone who, for the last couple of Pokemon games, has, 100% accurately been leaking information, is going, yeah, the stuff that person's saying is right. So, yeah, the floodgates are well and truly open on the next Pokemon game, and I'm watching mainly with, morbid fascination about, how the fuck is this person not being shut down? Because they can't be... The more they share online, the smaller the net of people in the world becomes who would know all of that information. And it feels like Nintendo or the Pokemon Company have a very good list to cross-reference of who knows all of this information. And I'm fascinated that they haven't been caught yet. It is quite a thing to watch.
Well, I wish them luck.
Yeah, good luck to them. They are being brazen, I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched anything else this week?
I watched the new That Time on Murder, She Wrote by Pushing Up Roses.
Oh yes, this is where they do reviews of Murder, She Wrote episodes.
Indeed. Seemingly not a great episode of Murder, She Wrote, but beautifully analysed.
Yeah.
And really fun.
What was this episode about?
This was about somebody... So somebody's writing a comic with a Fox version of Jessica Fletcher solving crimes.
Okay.
So, apparently she has a persona that we didn't know about. And she's unhappy because she didn't know about this.
Yeah.
And then somebody gets upset because a issue of this, or a strip of this went up into the newspaper that wasn't done by the original artist. So they're like, what the fuck? And then also, someone has been murdered.
Aha.
Murder. She wrote. Yeah. It's a fun analysis as always. Pushing Up Roses does an amazing job of going through those. I hope eventually we get one for every episode. What about you? Have you watched anything else?
I think that's everything. That's everything I remember watching this week.
Well then.
Time for this.
Oh, I've got a new sponsor.
Who's our new sponsor?
Well, do you have a helm?
I do have a helm.
Is the helm warm right now?
Uh-huh.
Do you want to maybe try and get rid of some of the warm right now?
I would like to keep some of the warm out, please. I hear there's more warm coming out, and I'd like to keep it out.
Try the anti-heat house tent. It's a big tinfoil tent you just pop over your house.
Oh, so
And it
like to
reflects
reflect
off
the sun away.
Yeah.
Okay. That I see how that works. The sun hit it, reflect off because it's shiny, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, and technically you become a small jacket potato. Or a large proportionally jacket potato.
Huh. Yeah, the tinfoil doesn't keep the jacket potato from cooking, does it?
But it does help it cook evenly.
Okay, so this isn't going to keep the house cool, but it will keep it evenly temperate.
I guess.
Well, I guess that means that the upstairs will be slightly less hot and downstairs will be slightly warmer. Even distribution of heat.
Inside the boardroom of Supremacy Software.
Hi. So, we got a problem. Yeah. We've got a problem. We've got a problem. I mean, I just had a bonus. What could possibly be wrong? Well, you know how both of us keep our, records of all the shitty stuff we do in that folder called "Haha, we did shitty stuff to people."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a meme folder. You click in there and go, "Ha ha ha, we did such shitty things."
Yeah, here are my memes.
Yeah.
Here are my folder of magic tricks.
Here is
That sometimes is on my thumb drive, and here is...
my folder of all of the mean, terrible things I've done to people.
Yeah.
Someone hacked our servers and is, posting stuff from the haha, we did shitty things folder.
Oh,
We need a plan.
okay. They used one of those AIs to generate all of that art.
Oh, yeah, so the memes AI generated.
Yeah.
The long text posts admissions of guilt,
Yeah.
AI generated images.
Absolutely. I fed 500 hours of
Hypothetical bad
things into an AI, and it spat out this apology.
Exactly. How about, we say the hacker didn't steal these things from us, they're just made up. They wanted to pretend they could be a hacker so they could get a role in a cool 90s sci-fi movie.
Right.
And they don't actually know how to hack, they just lied about all this stuff.
Right. So you're saying they sat in a room and someone projected numbers rolling across the screen onto their face.
Yeah.
While they just
Just
thrashed the
wrote a
keyboard.
fake letter and put it
Yeah,
online, and
yeah,
we're like,
yeah.
look, I totally hacked this from a company, rather than just writing it themselves.
You are a fucking genius.
So are you.
I know. So, what have you put in your ears? Your ear meets the space.
We put music in our ears at the weekend,
We
but
did.
I might have to rely on you to tell me what we listened to.
I couldn't tell you what most of them are, but I can look up the ones that are on my phone rather than ones we listen to on Spotify.
The ones on the phone will give us a starting point.
Okay. So we had High Contrast, Emotional Vampire.
Oh, that's a good track.
It's a great track. Also High Contrast from the same album, The Road Goes On Forever.
Mhm.
The Pendulum remix of Voodoo People.
Oh, yeah.
that got us all up and dancing until I twisted my ankle on a hole in the grass.
Oh no!
That wasn't fun. First Note is Silent, featuring Tiesto. Also from the same album, also by High Contrast.
High Contrast are good!
Yeah, he is. He's a good boy at doing the music. Faint, My Sunsets.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
you know,
Beautiful track, very floaty.
it's a beautiful journey that one takes you on.
Yeah. Very summery.
Yes, perfect for the summer.
Yeah.
Crystal Fighters, Love a Light.
Nice.
It's just a beautiful, really upbeat bit of drum and bass. I'm a big fan. Indian Summer, Govinda remix by David Starfire. Something a bit more chill. The Shy FX remix of DJ Fresh's Gold Dust.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we almost started on the regular Gold Dust. It's like, no, allow me.
It came on randomly and I was like, no, allow me to reggae this slightly. DJ Fresh featuring Cyan Evans, Louder. It's a weird track. It's only got one drop in it, but it takes a really long time to get there.
It feels like the drop. It is a real, like, the drop feels like it's hanging over you for a while.
It also feels like I know a few DJs that do a double drop, and I feel like backspinning into a double drop would be perfect for that track. It's so good. Yeah. Filthy Kicks, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh,
Filthy Kicks, Beauty and the Beats.
Yeah, it's a proper banger.
The Father Funk remix of Gay Bar by Electric Six.
Who doesn't love a bit of gay bar? It was Pride weekend.
Flux Pavilion, the international anthem.
This international anthem.
High Contrast, Spectrum Analyzer. We got through a lot of High Contrast.
I mean, yeah. High contrast, top notch.
Oh. Crafty Cuts, Feel Like Jumping, the Crossbow remix.
Oh, that's another dance floor starter.
Bouncy. Lovely bit of breaks there. Well, one I listened to during the week. MC Lars, Download This Song.
Oh, yeah?
Mod Step and Party Squad, Rainbow.
Is that a rainbow I see above London town?
Rainbow?
Probably not. There's been no bloody rain. It's a heat wave.
Pavel Kuczynski, Alpha C.
Mm-hmm.
Wilkinson, Afterglow.
Oh, that is a really good end of the night. Like, get a last little stomp out, but be ready for bed afterwards kind of track.
Oh, yes. Talpa, Going Home. Talpa, White Clouds. The Utopia remix. Vibe Tribe and Spades, Music People. Yanivi versus Snow, Informer.
Informer, said Adam be snow me, I could blame a licky bum bum down. Technic man to say me, Adam be snow me, stab someone down the lane, a licky bum bum down.
And you got to explain to a garden full of people what that song meant.
Yes! It's like, hello, allow me to explain to you the gibberish I know the first two verses of.
I think that's pretty much everything.
Well then, time for this. Hello. We're Bon Jovi. You're the Duffer brothers?
My brother and I, yes, we are the Duffer Brothers.
We were really, really hoping you would possibly consider using some of our music in the new season of Stranger Things.
We wish us to use our platform in order to promote you.
Yes, I mean, look, our music doesn't sell as well as it used to, and well, we saw what happened with Kate Bush appearing in season
Bush
4.
Is very special to us, you know.
Well, we're hoping that we could also be very special to you. You know, maybe the kids could be halfway to somewhere and really praying that they get there successfully in time. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer.
My brother and I will consider your request. You may leave now, John Bon Jovi.
consider that they could be holding hands and trying to get there together, and it could say, "Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear."
John Bon Jovi, you're starting to bother us. It is time to leave.
Okay, thank you.
Send him Vecna to get the Bon Jovi.
Okay. What should we put in the AI next?
I don't know. Power Rangers, but where could we put them that'd be silly?
Thanos' butt.
Power Rangers and Thanos' butt. Okay, typing it in. Alright, we hit the thing. It's taking a minute, but that's fine.
It's
it's
so long.
I know, right? Like, I get it. It's gotta generate stuff. That can't be easy. Okay, there we go. Right, so we got. Yep, that is.
Yep,
that is Power Rangers in Thanos' butt.
Yep, I think that's Rita Repulsor, actually.
That is several different, but what's that one at the bottom right? Sorry, the handwriting is a little hard to read. I think it says, "Help, they make me Photoshop things so fast. I'm not an AI, I'm a human, I can't Photoshop this fast."
That's weird, right? That's not neither a Power Ranger nor Thanos' butt.
No. Well, I guess AI can't be perfect quite yet.
Okay.
Gotta make little mess ups
next?
every now and then.
Do you know what I want to see more of?
What do you want to see more of?
Racial Justice Warriors.
Racial Justice Warriors?
Yeah.
Alright, Larry. Alright, Barry. How you doing?
I'm too fat for this weather, mate.
Oh no, it's the heat really collects in some places, right?
Oh, it's collecting, I assure you.
You been up to much?
Lying, whimpering, occasionally spritzing myself with water and whimpering some more. Yeah. You?
You know, I've been talking to some autistic friends of mine about how much they're struggling with the heat at the moment.
Yeah.
It's
not.
It's you know, there's a lot of groups for whom the heat can be a lot for, and particularly I know a lot of autistic people have been struggling with a couple of aspects, because temperature regulation can be a bit difficult at the best of times for autistic people, which isn't great when you know no one can regulate their temperature properly. But also, just from a sensory perspective, it is a lot of inescapable bad sensory information to not be able to get away from.
Oh yeah, you know, it's the heat, the stickiness, the humidity, the thickness of the air while trying to breathe.
Exactly, it's the having to have the fans on whether you want to or not for other sensory reasons.
The feeling of bloatiness from having drunk so much water.
Yeah,
knowing you need to.
Exactly, it is a cocktail of this is not my usual that just kind of clings, and hot weather's struggle for everyone, but there's particular struggle for some people who've got other things going on when the heat gets hot.
Keep an eye on your neurodivergent friends, especially your autistic friends, and anyone who happens to be on most SSRIs, I believe.
Yeah, that too.
Obviously getting more heat stroke.
Make sure any A-trans folks you know who are on the Spyro are having enough fluids.
And of course, anyone who happens to be wearing a binder, making sure they are taking breaks from that.
Exactly.
Oh, mate, I'm frazzled. I'll be honest.
Yeah, same.
Well, I think I am going to go and get some fluids. Would you like a sort of friendly handshake from across?
Yeah. That's about as much physical contact as I can do right now.
Already sticky.
Yeah.
Oh, well, have a good one, mate. I might go and just sit in a cold bath for a bit.
Oh, that sounds lovely, actually.
Nice.
So, Laura,
Yes?
we've recently unveiled the cover for Anne book.
We did! That book is Who Hunts the Whale?
It is.
It's about the video game industry doing shitty treatment of people who work in it, and
Yeah.
that's from the perspective of someone who's on the inside of it all.
Somebody who's right there in the boardroom.
How can people find out more about this?
They
What
can
would you
go to-
suggest?
There will be a link in the description, but otherwise it's unbound.com/book/whale.
Hooray!
Laura, I understand that you are doing another book which will be out in about 3 weeks.
It's imminently releasing. August 18th, we're seeing the release of Me and My Dysphoria Monster. It's an illustrated children's picture book. The early reviews are real good. It's like at a 4.8 out of 5 average on Goodreads at the moment, which is pretty good. There's one star review which said, bloody trans.
Yeah.
That's its only like real pull down on the score is bloody trans.
Wow.
Which, yes, the book is bloody trans.
Yes.
It's bloody trans, it is.
Well, and I'm sure some people will probably find that to be a recommendation.
Exactly. If I read that a book's bloody trans, I go, oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I found my people.
Other than that, you can find me at Laura K. Buzz pretty much everywhere. What about you, Jane?
Well, apparently the place I used to get all my unified branding from vanished without a trace, so now I have to use a link tree. So my link is linkter.ee/Janiac, JANEIAC. You can find links to my Redbubble, that's janiac.redbubble.com, where you can get t-shirts, such as a very relatable horse, or the Neurospicy chart. How neurospicy are you? Are you Neuro Lemon and Herb? Only we can find out. There's also the new Jungle Score t-shirt I just put up there, which is a reference to the old Junglist Movement t-shirt from the 90s. What else? Patreon.com/StonedMonkeyRadio. That helps me justify my entire existence. And I could really use the existence help right now because the free software I used to use for video editing has suddenly become paid. And I don't know if I have time to learn DaVinci Resolve. So I might have to pay for it for a bit.
Oops.
I think that's everything, so Laura,
Yeah?
will you sing us out, please, darling?
Until next time, be a stranger. It's too warm. It's warm forever. Oh.